Is he being a prick? Is he being an a-hole? Is he wrong? Or is it just what it is? It's the kid. Trying to live, trying to exist, trying to stay alive, trying to stay alive, man. This Isak thing is interesting. Because, again, and I keep saying this many times, there's surface level analysis and there's deep analysis. You know? Because if you look at this on the surface, he's wrong. So, surface level analysis without any context. You are under contract. End of story. Like, we can just stop there. You are under contract. You are required to go to training, go and play for the team because that is what the contract says. It doesn't matter what was promised to you. It doesn't matter whether you were told that, well, I was told that I would be allowed to go if a offer went in. No. No. A contract is a contract. Gone are the days of the wild, wild west where you'll spit on someone's hand and you'll shake. No, that's crap. What was done in the freaking 16, 17, 1800s. We're now in 2025, which means that a contract states you are a Newcastle player until X date. If you're a Newcastle player, you report to training, you report and you act as a Newcastle player. If not, you're not allowed to the barbecue. Simple as that. So that's that software level analysis. So people have said, and I've been back and forth with my brother about this, man, because my bro has said that, bro, Isak, this is unprofessional behavior. This is terrible behavior, poor attitude, poor form from him. And then, the Newcastle guys will turn back. So there is a life view and there's a football view. Life view, Isak is wrong. Isak is wrong. And 100% Eddie Howe is right in the way he's viewing it. In a life view, you are under contract. Your contract states that you're a Newcastle player. Because since you're a Newcastle player, you have to act as a Newcastle player. You can't push for a move, because you're under contract. Now, you can push and demand anything you want, but if you're viewing this through the life lens, you are wrong. Because the contract in black and white states you represent officially and legally Newcastle United, which means that you report for training, you report from these games, and you act like a Newcastle player until the contract runs out. Once the contract runs out, you can do whatever the heck you want. But as long as you are under contract, you have to act accordingly. And Isak has not been acting accordingly. So from that level, you can insult Isak all you want and you can defend Eddie Howe. But you see, guys, that is surface level analysis. That's just very basic, But we have to go beyond that. We have to go beyond that. There is a football reality. See, there's a life reality, then there's a football reality. The football reality is this. This is how guys get their move. What Isak is doing is not too different from what Lewandowski did with Bayern when he wanted to go to Barcelona. It's not too different from what several other players have done in order to force a move. Simple as that. It's no different to what Gyökeres was doing. And I believe he even got fined because he wasn't turning up for training and wasn't turning up for any of the preseason stuff that he was legally bound to because he felt that, oh no, we had an agreement, so I'm not going to do so. And what happened? Lewandowski joined Barca. What happened? Gyökeres joined Arsenal. They got their moves. So what Isak is doing is merely what everyone else has done. So any criticism you have for Isak, you should have the same criticism for Lewandowski, the same criticism for Gyökeres as well. But what Isak is doing is that, wait, I want to move to Liverpool. What do I need to do to ensure I move to Liverpool? The ends justify the means. That may sound crazy because people may say, no, if you are of any moral worth, of any ethical worth, the means have to be ethically right in order to justify the end. That's not how it works in football. The football reality is the end justify the means. I want to go to Liverpool. Whatever I need to do to go to Liverpool, that's what I'm going to do. And that's what he's done. That is merely 100% what he's done. So, I'm sorry. Like, again, just to reiterate, you have to view it through two lenses. Through a life lens, it's wrong. Through a life lens, it's wrong. But through a football lens, it's what players do. And what I try to explain to my brother is, this is just how it works. Players have the power. Players, more times than not, once they've done this, they've ended up where they want to go. Now, it doesn't always work. But I've been covering football for a long time. I've been watching football for a long time. More times than not, this works. And do you know, and why does this work? You don't want a bad seed in your team. You don't want toxicity, because a key thing of a winning team is not just about the tactics or the good players or the chemistry. It's the harmony in the team. The energy off the pitch is just as, if not more important than the energy on the pitch, because how you are psychologically, mentally, the interpersonal relationships that I have within the players, that is just as important as the rudimentary and the nuts and bolts tactics of football, which pretty much everyone knows. It's second nature to people. But having a good, harmonious dressing room is very key. And as a manager, if I'm Eddie Howe, I don't want to because bro, Newcastle now they've been rejected a lot. But put that to one side, it's been a very, very successful season, and they may be ahead of schedule. They're in the Champions League, and they won a trophy, something that they've not won for a freaking long time. So if you're Eddie Howe, I don't want anything to upset this. So Eddie, it's sort of like a dilemma that Eddie Howe is dealing with, because you are doing really well, and a big reason you're doing really well is Isak. Isak is your star player. Great players, Guimaraes, Tonali, even Shotty Joseph Linton, Dan Bon, all quality players, but the superstar, the diamond, the jewel is Isak, because that is the only player in that team that is a genuine world-class player. The only player in that team that is one of the best players in his position. There's no other Newcastle player there. So he knows this is our star player. And if you want to move forward and improve, you don't lose your star player. That's just making logical sense. That is simple football math is, if we want to maintain or if we want to improve, we keep our star players. Losing your star player, there's a strong danger of you now moving backwards. So that's true. But then the reality is, he's a star player. If he's messing up the harmony of my dressing room, what can we get for him? What can we get from him? No matter how good a player is, and this could be the best player in the world, this could be R9. If they're unhappy, it's going to affect their game. It's going to affect the team. The best player in the world doesn't play his best football if he's unhappy. He doesn't. It's impossible. He could be the best player in the world. If you are unhappy, if the energy within you is negative, you will not play your best football. And what Eddie Howe wants is Isak at his very best, both physically and mentally. So look, again, for your boy Isak, man. Look, if I'm advising Isak, and it's okay, let's say, I always like using this example. So I'm advising Isak, and I asked Isak, what do you want? Because I want to move to Liverpool. Make it as unbearable as possible for these guys, and just cross those fingers that Liverpool come in with a bid, because there is a worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario is, and this is a really bad scenario, the worst case scenario is you put up everything, Liverpool either don't put in that 150 plus bid, or it gets rejected, you remain at Newcastle and you may have to be playing in the reserves, or even if you do play, it's very awkward and you just don't feel the same. So for Isak, he's got to, because again, look, there's a choice here. Either it's like, my Liverpool, this guy's going to reject it, knuckle down and say, I want to be part of Newcastle, I want to play, I want to do everything. Or, and again, it's a gamble, but I think it's a tough gamble, but life is about making gambles, because this chance may never come again. What if Ekitike is supremely amazing, superb, scores like 25 goals, Gakpo's scores 15 goals, and Liverpool are like, nah, we don't really need you anymore, because 150 is enough. Bro, look what Ekitike did. We don't need you. Because Isak knows that this is my opportunity. Strike when the iron is hot. This is my chance to play for one of the biggest clubs in the world. With all due respect, because I sometimes say disrespect, but with all due respect, Newcastle ain't Liverpool, and Newcastle are not achieving what Liverpool can do. And this is something that really annoys me, that from what I've been hearing. Oh, but you could have been a legend at Newcastle. Huh? Again, with all due respect, I'm sorry. Would you rather be a legend at a club that don't win a Champions League and don't win a Premier League, or be just part of a team, not a legend, but be part of a team that wins Premier Leagues and potentially a Champions League? If I'm Isak, again, I love Newcastle, I love the fans. It's about me. It's about me. Guys, wake up. Club football players, they're mercenaries. This ain't international football. See, loyalty is international football. That is where loyalty truly exists. That's your country, that's your team, and that is your team for your whole career. Club football, again, the great Pele, he said this. In club football, you kiss the badge one season, you kiss the badge the next season. That's what the great Pele used to say. You are mercenaries. Everyone in club football is a merc. They're all mercs. Shout out to Chronicles of Riddick and Pitch Black, great film. You are a mercenary in club football. There is no loyalty. These clubs, do you think they're loyal to you? They'll buy you, sell you, offload you. So if these clubs view you literally as meat and a commodity and as just items to either buy or sell, what loyalty do you owe to these clubs, these corporations? A country is a country of ethnicity, of culture, of history. It means something to play for Japan. It means something to play for Nigeria. It means something to play for England, for Italy, for Colombia, for Brazil, for any of these teams, for Egypt, for Morocco. Again, with all due respect to these clubs, and these clubs do have history. They do have history. They're not countries. They are corporations. Yes, there's a family feel. Yes, there's a feeling of I'm part of something, I'm part of a union. But the bottom line is these are corporations that buy and sell. You don't buy and sell in international football. There's no buying and selling. This is my player. He's pledged allegiance to this country, and this is his team forever. I can't now go and poach and buy a player after he's performed very well at tournaments for another country. No. Club football, you buy and sell. So for Isak, 100%, it's about me. It's about looking after number one. And if you're looking after number one, the best thing for Isak's career is to go to Liverpool as soon as possible. Especially now when you're hot. When you're hot property. You see right now, who are one of the best strikers in the world right now? You look at Haaland, you look at Lewandowski, you may throw in Kane. Isak is right there. Isak is right there. So he knows that, oh no, this is the move to make, because Liverpool, outside of Barcelona and maybe PSG, I'd like to throw in Chelsea. Liverpool are one of the best, most exciting projects out there. So if I'm advising Isak, you move now and you do everything in power to move now. But the question is, and that's the key thing, will Liverpool put in that bid? Will they put in that 150 bid? Because there is a worst case scenario that they may not put in that bid and then he's screwed. But people say, well, I still think if the worst case scenario happens where they don't put in the bid or gets rejected, I still feel you rewind time, this was still worth the gamble. Because this is a life-changing move. To be the lead top striker for Liverpool Football Club, you know, when you see guys like Ian Rush, Robbie Fowler, the Cannibal, Torres, and you can be part of that huge lineage. But even more so, at Newcastle, you're competing for a Premier League. You have no chance of winning a Champions League. At Liverpool, you are expected to win the Premier League. You are competing to win the Champions League. Those are two very different things. And as a player, where it's all about legacy, I don't want to try to win a Premier League or try to come top four. I don't want to have no chance of winning the Champions League. As a top player, I want to win the Premier League. I want to win the Champions League and have a realistic chance to have or play in a team. I want to have a realistic chance to be part of a team that's going to win a Premier League, that's going to win a Champions League. That is Liverpool. That is not Newcastle. So the question is, will Liverpool put in the bid, and will this gamble pay off? He created a new goal. So this is the Yakubu goal. The degree of difficulty of this goal is insane. To watch the rest of this vid, think about becoming a Football Hut member. If you're a desktop merchant, just click on the join button below, over here. Or if you're a mobile phone merchant, just click on the join button below the video over here and join the true elite content crack addicts. Peace.